This is section 6.3, proving that a quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Problem 1, the got it on page 367. Use the diagram at the right. For what values of x and y must E, F, G, H be a parallelogram? Well, we have two theorems dealing with angles for parallelograms. One is that opposite angles have to be congruent, but if we look at this picture, we've got a y and an x in opposite angles both ways. So I really don't want to set those equal and end up with two variables to solve for. So it would be better to use theorem 6.9. If an angle of a quadrilateral is supplementary to both of its consecutive angles, then the quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Okay, so supplementary means they have to add to 180. So we can do this using the same variable. We can do 3y minus 2 plus y plus 10 is equal to 180, which gives us 4y, if we add like terms, plus 8 is equal to 180. Subtract 8 from both sides and we get 4y equals 172. And then if we divide both sides by 4, we get y equals 43. Okay? What are you doing? Then if we solve for the x, for the F and H angles, it would be the same thing. We need them to be supplementary. So 4x plus 13 plus 12x plus 7 has to equal 180. So 16x plus 20 has to equal 180. If we add like terms, subtract 20, so 16x equals 160. Nice when they work out like that. X equals 10 when we divide by 16. Okay, so if y is 43, and that makes 3y minus 2, so angle E is 3y minus 2, so that would be 3 times 43 minus 2. So 129 minus 2 would be 127. Angle G, which also uses y plus 10, so that would be 43 plus 10, which equals 53. Angle F uses x, so 4x plus 13 equals 4 times 10 plus 13 equals 40 plus 13 would be 53. And then angle H would be 12x plus 7. So 12 times 10 plus 7 equals 127. Okay, so the last step, using this theorem, we need to prove that consecutive angles, meaning angles, if you follow it around, consecutive angles would be like G and E and F, angles right next to each other. They would have to be supplementary. So you just have to look and see that angle E plus angle G is 127 plus 53, which equals 180. And angle E plus angle F would be also 127 plus 53, which equals 180. So the theorem says if an angle of a quadrilateral, so we picked angle E, doesn't matter which one, is supplementary to both of its consecutive angles, it's a parallelogram. Well, E was supplementary to both G and F, because when we added them together, they came out to be 180. So that's what X and Y would have to be in order for it to be a parallelogram. Everything would have to be supplementary. Whoops. So your X and Y, that didn't work. Try that again. So the answer to the question, because it said for what values of X and Y would have to be 43, X would have to be 10.